Part 1. Battle, Ego, Enlightenment.
This is a story of two brothers, born from the same legendary king, trained in the same royal arts, destined for greatness, but about to face off in a battle that would shake the very foundations of power, pride, and destiny itself. This is the story of Bharat versus Bahubali. A clash so epic, it changed history forever. But here's the shocking twist. The winner didn't take the throne. He walked away. Why? Because this wasn't just a war of strength. It was a war of the soul. And by the end of this video, you realize something wild. This ancient battle, it's still happening today. Inside you, inside me. Every time pride blinds us. Every time we choose war over wisdom. Stick around. What happens next will upend everything you think you know about victory.
Part 2. The Royal Beginning.
Long before the idea of India as we know it even existed, there was a powerful king named Rishabdev, the first Tirthankara in Jainism. Think of him as not just a ruler, but a spiritual guide who saw beyond kingdoms and crowns. Now, Rishabdev had 2 queens and a whole royal crew of kids, 100 sons and 2 daughters. The eldest was Bharat, fierce, focused, and super ambitious. And the youngest? Bahubali, tall, calm, and built like a tank. Literally. Even his name means the one with mighty arms. But wait, the daughters were legends too. Brahmi, the older one, actually created the Brahmi script, the first writing system we know of. And Sundari, the younger one, was a math genius. Yeah, talk about a power-packed family. As Rishabdev grew older and felt the pull of spiritual life, he decided to retire from the throne. But this wasn't your average royal exit. He gave each of his sons a slice of the kingdom. Bharat got Ayodhya, the capital, and Bahubali got Takshashila, a powerful and cultured city of its own. And then Rishabdev walked away from it all, crown, luxuries, power, and became a monk.
Part 3. The Wheel That Changed Everything.
One day, in Barat's weapons chamber, something unbelievable happened. A mysterious, glowing Chakraratna appeared. Not just any wheel. This was a divine, celestial weapon. The kind of thing that basically stamped you as a born emperor. And just like that, the wheel started moving on its own, rolling through kingdoms. Wherever it went, rulers bowed to Bharat without even a fight. His army followed behind, like they were walking behind destiny itself. But when the chakra reached Ayodhya, something weird happened. It stopped. Just stopped. Bharat was confused, frustrated. I mean, he had just conquered half the world. And now this divine GPS suddenly lost signal at his own city gate? So he called in the priests, and what they told him hit like a hammer to the ego. The wheel won't move forward, because your own brothers haven't submitted to you yet. Part 4. The Sibling Showdown. Now Bharat was a lot of things, but chill wasn't one of them. Fueled by ambition, he sent word to his brothers. Bow to me, acknowledge me as your emperor. And guess what? 98 of them gave up their thrones and walked away. Just like their father, they went straight to Rishabdev, renounced everything, and chose the path of monkhood. All except one. Bahubali. He stood tall and said, "Nope, I'm not bowing. I'm my own king, and I'm not giving that up just because my big brother wants a title." And that's when it got real. The tension was electric. 2 powerful brothers, face to face, not just over land, but over ego, over identity, over what it truly means to win.
Part 5.
A duel like no other. Now imagine this. 2 armies, face to face. The ground is shaking with the weight of soldiers. But before swords could clash, the ministers from both sides came up with an idea. Pure genius, actually. Why risk the lives of thousands, they said. Let the brothers settle it themselves. So they proposed a 3-part duel.
First, a glare-off who could outstare the other without blinking. Second, a water duel who could drench the opponent more aggressively. Third, a final wrestling match. Pure strength versus strength. And guess what? Bahubali won. Every single one. In the end, he even lifted Bharat up and held him high over his shoulders, like a trophy. And in that moment, you'd think he was at the top of the world. But something strange happened. Part 6. The moment everything changed. Just as Bahubali raised his fist to deliver the final blow, he stopped. Right there, in the heat of victory, he paused. And then it hit him. What am I doing? Fighting my own brother? For a piece of land? For a title that means nothing once I die? His hand, the one that was about to strike, instead, it reached up and pulled out his own hair. Hyphen of Diksha, the renunciation of worldly life. Everyone watching was stunned. Bharat couldn't believe it. 1 second, Bahubali was a warrior king. The next, he had walked away from it all. No speech, no ceremony, just silence and peace. Part 7. The Stillness of a Giant. Bahubali walks away. He renounces everything. His kingdom, his palace, even the respect that came with being a warrior king. And then, he does something even more unbelievable. He starts meditating. Not sitting under a tree like we usually imagine. Nope. He stands, upright, still, eyes closed. No movement, no food, no shelter, just stillness. Days pass, then weeks, then months. People come and go. Seasons change. But Bahubali doesn't move, not an inch. Creepers begin to wrap around his legs. Snakes coil near his feet. Birds even build nests in his matted hair. But he stays focused, laser-focused, on his goal. Self-realization. It was like nature itself accepted him as part of the landscape. But here's the kicker. Even after all this, he still didn't attain enlightenment. And you're probably thinking, what? After all that? Well, yeah, because there was still one thing holding him back. His ego. Part 8. The Elephant of Ego. See, on the outside, Bahubali had renounced everything. But inside, he still carried this little trace of pride. I left the kingdom on my terms. I didn't bow to anyone, not even my brothers who became monks before me. Why should I go and bow to them now? That tiny voice was enough to block his path to true liberation. And this is where the story gets poetic. Rishabdev, watching all of this with his Keval omniscient knowledge, realizes what's happening. So he sends help. Not an army, not monks, not sages. He sends his daughters, Brahmi and Sundari. These two walk up to Bahubali, still standing like a stone statue. And in the calmest, most sisterly tone, they say just one thing. Brother, it's time to get off the elephant. Bahubali opens his eyes, confused. What elephant? And then it clicks. There is no physical elephant. They're talking about the elephant of ego. That giant pride he was still sitting on, refusing to let go. And in that moment, it all dissolves, like a thought clearing after sunrise. Part 19. Enlightenment at last. As soon as Bahubali realizes his ego is the final chain, it breaks. And with that, he takes one step forward. Just one step. And that's it. That's all it took. Because at that moment, Bahubali attains Keval Gyan, complete, pure, limitless knowledge, enlightenment, liberation of the soul. From warrior prince to the first Jain monk, his journey had come full circle. Not by sword, but by surrender. Not by conquest, but by letting go. Part 10. Barat's mirror moment. But what about Bharat? The brother who won the throne, only to lose himself in gold. He became emperor, the Chakravarti of all India. The land was named after him, Bharatvarsh. He had everything, power, fame,
Peace in the kingdom. But something was missing. One day, in his dressing room, he noticed something small. A ring slipped off his finger. When he looked down, the finger looked weird, out of place, plain. He took off another ring, then his necklace, then his crown. He looked in the mirror, and what he saw shook him. Without the ornaments, he was just a man. A body, flesh and bone. All those things he thought defined him were never really his. And then the thought hit him like a thunderbolt. This body too will decay. So what am I really clinging to? That spark turned into a flame. Just like Bahubali, Bharat too found detachment. Right there, in the quiet of his room, he attained Kevalgan. No battlefield needed. Part 11. The Legacy of Bahubali. Bahubali's story doesn't end with enlightenment. To this day, his legacy literally stands tall in the form of a 57-foot-tall statue in Shravanabelagola, Karnataka. Carved from a single granite rock over 1,000 years ago, Gomateshwara Bahubali is a symbol of what it means to win the war within. No armor, no crown, no weapon. Just a man, standing still, completely free. And that statue, it's not just art, it's a reminder that no matter how powerful, smart, or successful you are, the real victory lies in conquering yourself. So tell me, when was the last time your ego won a battle you didn't even know you were fighting? Drop a comment below. And if this story made you rethink what it means to win, hit like and share this with someone who needs to hear it.